I saw a movie last night that I've been meaning to watch forever. I think it's from 2008. It's a film from the UK called The Children. It's about a mysterious illness that besets certain children in a certain age range and turns them into homicidal maniacs. I hate evil kid movies, but I love them because they get under my skin. Some of them I just hate because they're stupid. Well, it got me thinking, okay, about other evil kid movies that I like. Um, a few I'll mention. All of these I saw when I was a kid myself on USA's Saturday Nightmares programming block, USA Network. I almost always stumbled into the middle of a movie. I would be downstairs watching TV, flipping around, and so I would have no idea what was going on. I would just see these images. And as a kid, a horror movie can really leave a strong impression on you, and I think even more so if you don't understand the plot, if you're just seeing what's happening and sort of interpreting it. The Brood, Cronenberg's The Brood, which is a classic, definitely still holds up. The Brood, for anyone who doesn't know, is about essentially a radical psychotherapist has come up with a way to help patients with severe trauma or severe rage manifest it physically. The idea is that the rage, through his process called psychoplasmics, they'll develop boils or sores or something on their skin, and then that clears up, and then the trauma's gone. Of course, things go wrong, and a severely psychotic woman, rather than manifesting sores or tumors as other patients had, she actually births these little creatures that grow into child size creatures. I can't. I think that when I flipped over to that one, it was the scene with the school teacher. If you've seen it, you definitely know what I'm talking about, and that scared the shit out of me. I don't know how I slept that night. And that scene, I watched it recently, and it's still just as effective. As opposed to other films like, say, The Children from 1981, Trauma film. This film, The Children, is about, I want to say, a nuclear plant or some sort of chemical plant that accidentally releases this cloud, this toxic cloud. A school bus in a small town drives through the cloud. The kids on the bus become essentially zombies who then just walk around with their outstretched arms and looking for any adult who will pick them up or embrace them, and then they burn those people to death. That one does not really hold up, but it definitely scared me back then, because again, here I'm watching a film, not understanding what's going on, and just seeing a child walking towards her mother, who runs to embrace the child, and then all of a sudden the mother is like in incredible pain and like burning. And like I said, it doesn't hold up as far as like genuine scares go, but it's still, it's memorable to me because of the experience I had watching it as a kid. Devil Times 5, also known overseas as People Toys. This is a film about 5 psychopathic children who are being transported to a facility when the van they're in, I think it's like a VW bus, crashes in the middle of nowhere. And so they get away and they come upon this winter resort where these 3 couples are staying, and the adults take them in. Wackiness ensues. That one, surprisingly, it does kind of hold up in one sense. I mean, in one sense, it's not very well directed. I think it went through a couple of directors during production. It's it's very slow in the build-up, and none of the adults are at all likable. But the kids, and I guess some credit goes to the writing as well, because the kids, they sound and they behave like kids. These are just kids who, in their warped view of things, happen to believe that adults are only good for one thing, and that's playing with, as they call it. One of the things that I really hate about a lot of movies, either where it's a whodunit and you have no idea who done it until the end, or if it's a movie where you, the viewer, you know exactly who it is, but the other characters don't know, and they believe that this person or persons are totally like benevolent and harmless. I hate after the reveal when the character's behavior completely changes. Sometimes it's believable. Other times the character they launch into some fucking soliloquy, and now suddenly they're full of one-liners, and it just sucks so bad. It ruins any sort of jolt that could have come from the revelation, because now the character completely is acting so completely different and so over the top. Actually, reminds me, I wrote a story called The Children that was published online in, I think, 2009 or maybe 2010. You can read that for free online. If you go to davidbowie.com and scroll down the front page, there's a list of all the free fiction that's on the web. On my blog at the Harvest Cycle website, and I'll put a link to this in the description, I posted about the urban legends that scare me the most. And in thinking about it, I had sort of realized that the urban legends that scare me the most, and this is a very common trope in urban legends, is where whoever the protagonist of the urban legend is, they don't realize until the very last second, or perhaps even after the fact, that they were face to face with a mortal threat. And an example of that would be, the calls are coming from inside the house, or the old lady who had asked you for a ride is actually an escaped maniac in drag, that sort of thing. Where a situation, it's unusual, it's creepy, but you still don't realize that you are actually, within arm's reach of the threat. And I guess it's the same thing with these evil kid movies. Because, who would suspect a child? Who can kill a child? As one film asks, which is actually a film I need to see. I think it's based on a Spanish novel. But that's another evil kid film. And, what parent wouldn't go running straight to their child, even if the kid looked all fucked up and creepy? Again, it's about being near the very thing that wants to take your life, or that could take your life.